Today, we're looking at an app called Spatial TV on the Meta Quest 3. It's not trying to be the Apple Vision Pro. There are other apps that are attempting to do that to little fanfare, in my opinion. This app has one gimmick, and I think it does it very well, even if the words very well are doing a lot of heavy lifting. So it appears that this app has been out since the beginning of 2024, as far as I can tell. But this feature where Spatial TV is able to project colors and light onto the walls around you, it's news to me. Now, why is Netflix not included in this list of apps? I have no idea. I spent so much time trying to rehearse this and figure it out and find answers. You can start with the fact that the Meta Quest app is depreciated and they're not doing anything with it anymore. Fine. But we're not asking for a sit in a theater style experience with Netflix. We don't need that app. We just need to be able to plop it on a flat screen in front of us. And certainly Netflix wouldn't prohibit them from using an icon, because the more icons there are to click on, the more users and eyes they get. You'd think that they'd want that. I have no idea. Now, you could still go online and log into Netflix and watch it there on the website. But what is this, 2007? I can't be expected like a pleb to go online and do that. Hold up. Wait a minute. I say, tried it and it doesn't work. I don't know what it is. I've tried logging in across the Spatial app, Fluid, this, and I cannot get Netflix to let me in. I don't know what's happening on the Meta Quest 3, but something about this is broken. And on that note, stay tuned, because I'm going to be reviewing those other applications on the hunt for the app that most represents Apple Vision Pro on the Meta Quest 3. So I have no idea. I don't know why it's not there, but it's kind of a bummer. And I'm only going on about Netflix because that's of all of the dedicated streaming apps, maybe a few people use HBO and I don't, maybe some of you were watching The Acolyte for all the wrong reasons.
The red blade still throbbing right in front of his throat.
But most of us, we stuck to Netflix, and them not having it, that's already a strike. But let's talk about what this thing does well. Bouncing light off your walls, it's a cool effect. There is something really cool about dimming your room. You don't have to turn off the lights in your room. You can dim the room in post with the app, and it looks really good. It's convincing. It's very well done. And then you can take the window and you can drag it from the ceiling to the ground to the walls, and the light reflects beautifully. That effect on its own might be worth $10 to some people. Am I going to use it all the time? Nope. But it is a cool effect all the same. If anything, I think that we can call it just a fun gimmick that will doubtless be incorporated into Meta apps large scale down the line. But it does have its issues. Now, I'm going to keep talking about the light because that's all this thing does really well. You can't go in on the back end and add your own applications. You can't bring in new widgets. You can't post things around your room. You can't pin applications to your wall. What's more infuriating is that this is a two-parter.
2 for the price of 1.
We had a coupon.
You have to scan your room, and once you do that, it detects the walls and the floor and even where the TV is. It makes these shapes for the couch, for the table, and it maps your room. And like everything Meta lately in regard to this, the mesh looks great, but they just throw all that away in place of the cube that's supposed to represent your complex couch, arm cushions, and the up and the down. And I've gone over this before. People smarter than me have explained why it's not making use of that data, but that data is there. Regardless, it's being limited to just a box. We'd settle for, okay, fine, this complex couch with the back cushion and the arms and the different seat cushions, fine. Let's just call that a cube and project light on that. But it doesn't do that either. It doesn't project light on that. And so it begs the question, why is this app pulling from that data and why is it building this room? Not so complicated shapes. You'd think that it would say, okay, there's this thing here. Let's project light onto it to enhance the realism, but it doesn't do it. And so I don't know what that's there for. That is a ding against it again. Maybe it's not up to the developer. Maybe it's locked down on the back end by Meta. I have no idea. The other hiccup that we've got is, in my case, we have an upstairs and we have a downstairs. I chill upstairs and I play heavy games downstairs. And so I have 2 room scans built into my Quest. If I go into the settings, I can see both of those scans. But this app can only access one. If I build a room up here, if I scan this room and I use it and I watch YouTube on a very beautiful screen that reflects light, and even though it's not reflecting on the bed, it's beautiful. And then I say, hey, I think I'm going to go downstairs. And whether I'm creating a new room, scanning with the headset, or I'm accessing a previous scan that I had, it just reverts to this room, as if the scan downstairs doesn't even exist. It wants to use the first one built. And so the only way to get a new location to work with the screen and the projected light is to delete one of the rooms. And so it's a confusing situation, which means that if you're downstairs and the room upstairs has been mapped and it's going off of this data, and you take the screen that you've got and you drag it to the wall, there will be no light reflected because it's not recognizing that you're in a room that's been mapped. But if you lift it up and push it through the ceiling, then you'll see the light. And the only way to get rid of that is to delete that room, and we're all set. So those are the issues I have with it. It's beautiful. What it does, the one thing it does extremely well. I can't wait for Meta to incorporate it. It's beautiful. And watching it not do the 50 other things that you would expect it to do on the macro scale is just a reminder of how niche and gimmicky it really is in this stage. I'm excited for not just the reflection of the light, but how convincingly they're able to dim the room. You really wouldn't know. You really would not know that your lights were on. It's that convincing. And if you're going to use this app in one location, you're never going to go upstairs and downstairs. And if you're only going to be using it for Paramount or HBO or Disney Plus,
Throbbing.
or if you want to watch YouTube, then right there, it's great. You could have a lot of fun with this. I think it looks amazing. It's just something I want to put people in to show them, hey, look how cool this is going to be when they get it right in 3 years. Statistically, most of you guys are not subscribed, and that's fine. I'm just glad you're here. But do me a favor, please subscribe, hit that bell icon, like this video if it was helpful. What app do you guys want to see next? Something related to AR. Find something new and exciting. Let me know. Thank you for being here. You guys have been watching Bringhurst VR.